Alright, what's up? We are back for another review, and for today we're gonna check out the C2 from Tin Audio. And I actually have seen some of this like Mech Warrior type of Tin Audios before, but I wasn't able to unbox it. But actually it says C2 2025, and I actually haven't checked them before, so I'm not sure what type of earphone they are. But let's check out what you're getting in the box first. So some specifications. So this seems to be a PULCP diaphragm hi-fi earphone. But with any Tin Audio, might have some neutrality, but recently I've seen that they're adding a bit more bass to their IM. So opening it up, this is what you're getting in the box. Tin hi-fi, and then inside you are getting that gunmetal design. So very Gundam style, robot style design. So actually from Tin Hi-Fi, this might be the most maybe robot design that I've seen yet. Definitely looks cool here for me. So definitely it's a kind of actually reminds me of maybe some electrostatic earphones that we have checked before. So in the box, of course, you're getting some cables. I would say typical Tin Audio cables. Not the most high quality cables, but gets the job done. And of course, you're getting some tips. So actually not much in the box here, no case as well whatsoever. So kind of a basic package here overall. Alright, so this is what it looks like. So quite fitting to the ear, quite snug actually, so it does fit quite well. I would say maybe a moondrop style insertion, not as deep as your maybe KZ insertions, but a very stable fit here for me, and I was able to find a good fit right away without even changing some tips. And of course, because of that ear hooks, it stays in place for me. So isolation is really good here for me. I would say above average, and stability really good as well. So definitely if you're gonna use this outside, you won't have any issues. Comfort though, I may have a bit of an issue because of that maybe blocky design. So here in the left side, I can feel some part of the lobes, so that's definitely one downside. Alright, so let's try to have our first listen. Of course, we're listening with the Cavalli Tube Hybrid with the Grace S DAC for our listen today. Let's listen to some I Shot the Sheriff. So I'm listening to some I Shot the Sheriff now. First impressions, has some bass, smoothness as well, some warmth, and the U shape as well. Honestly, this reminds me of maybe Blonde, maybe 01 type of sound. V, warm V. Definitely a fun sound here. So, reminds me a lot of Tin Audios that released in the last X number of years. Because the newer Tin Audios has some maybe fun in them as well. So this reminds me a lot of them. Quite a blonde sound, but this might be even a bit more aggressive than some of the blondes. This is a bit more fun, a bit more maybe aggressive upfront compared to some other blondes. Let's try another track, maybe some Chunky by Bruno Mars. Really big bass for me here. And maybe compared to some blondes, yeah, this is big bass, really impactful. Maybe TFZ style of bass. Maybe the TFZ T2 type of style. But this might be even bigger than the TFZs that we have listened to before. But what I like about this is a bit faster than some TFZs. So it's bigger but a bit faster. But definitely this is still your big, still quite boomy type of bass. Maybe just a little bit faster than your TFZs. And definitely faster than your blondes. So that might be the driver technology that they're using here. But a really big bass here for me, for sure. Maybe a touch of mid-bass bleed as well. It's that big of a bass. Let's try to listen to another bass track, maybe some 24K Magic by Bruno Mars. And definitely this is gonna be for bass heads. The bass here is really prominent for me in the mix. But I would say the impact and the bass and that little bit quickness of the bass, definitely really nice here for me. Now, compared to the older maybe bass heads, headphones, earphones, this definitely is a little bit more mature in that regard for the bass response. But definitely that mid-bass bleed might not be for everybody. For those neutral heads, this might be a bit too much bass for you. Let's try to go for some vocals, maybe some Let's Groove by Earth, Wind & Fire. Yeah, for the vocals, definitely a bit more recessed here for me. But actually quite in the brighter side of vocal. I would say even quite aggressive vocal for me as well. Maybe near shoutiness there. So I can definitely feel the air, that S's is quite near shoutiness, so it's not aggressive for me. This is definitely a live monitoring type of driver. And actually, yeah, for me, slowly crossing over the shoutiness barrier in some parts of the track here. So definitely more of a live monitoring type of earphone here for me. So yeah, maybe that's why it reminded me a lot of the TFZ, maybe the Live 3 or the TFZ T2s. For some live monitoring situations, you will like the listen here. Maybe even have some KZ vibes here, but yeah, this is still a dynamic driver. But yeah, the vocals for male vocals definitely quite recessed. Let's look at some It's My Life by Bon Jovi. Micro detail a little bit here. So definitely compared to some other maybe dynamic drivers that we have seen, there's a little bit more here. But this is not like a micro detail monster. It doesn't jump out at me that it has a lot of micro detail. Just a little bit here. Yeah, for male vocals, a little bit recessed. Looking for some female vocals, Hard Times by Paramore. Yeah, for female vocals, also quite recessed for me in the mix. For both male and female vocals, recessed for me in the mix. And again, in the mix, not the most dominant part of the spectrum. Definitely the bass is more prominent for me in the mix. And yeah, the vocal as well, not that huge for me in the mix. So yeah, definitely not for vocal heads here. Let's check some guitars, maybe some jumping in by Joe Satriani. Yeah, the micro detail has a little bit, but it doesn't jump out at me as a micro detail monster. So going to the guitars here, going to some guitars, you're definitely getting that elevation for me in the mix on top, treble. But actually, I'm looking for a bit more shine here for me, here in jumping in. I'm looking for a bit more maybe sizzle for me on top. Definitely still has some presence for me in the mix, but I'm looking for a bit more sizzle for me on top here. Looking at Change the World by Eric Clapton. So I can see that maybe they toned down a bit of the top end in some parts here. It's elevated, but they toned down some parts of the top end to not have that much sizzle. Yeah, the guitar is a bit tame for me. So yeah, the treble, the guitars on the top end, you know, not the most maybe open, revealing in the presentation. So going for some September by Earth, Wind & Fire. The stage for me, medium stage. So tonally, this for me in the warmer side of things. Definitely more in the casual listening side. And separation, not that much because of the smoother nature of the sound. Separation is not black and white for me. So right, so for the Tinhifi C2, actually let's check out how much this costs. So recently I'm not, you know, checking the cost first. I'm checking the earphone first before checking out how much it is. If I'm gonna guess, maybe around $35. So $32, not bad. So I was able to guess it. So maybe I'm gonna add this to my content. It definitely sounds like more $35, something like this. Does remind me a lot of some Lawns, maybe TFZs as well. So yeah, for the Tinhifi C2, so what are my overall thoughts on it? So definitely this is an earphone for bass heads for me. Bass really big for me in the mix, quite blonde-like, even TFZ-like. And this is more of a live monitor type of sound for me, really aggressive, revealing. So for some vocals, has some brightness, near shoutiness for me there. Bass are really big and impactful, and has some really big presence for me in the mix as well. Has a bit of boom, and the top end as well, quite controlled, not that maybe hurtful to the ear top end. So they toned this down a little bit. So definitely that warmth for me is the key selling point here. That you know, big bass for me at the bottom, nice build quality. You're getting that tin audio treatment on build quality. So I would say you know, quite solid earphone overall. And of course, advantage over some of your blondes before is the fitting here will be easier because it's an earphone design. It's your usual earphone design, so it might be easier to wear on a day-to-day basis. So you're getting that blonde sound, TFZ sound in a nice, neat package. And yeah, for $32, I think it's quite worth the price that you're paying for. But definitely not perfect. This is not going to be for neutral heads and even treble heads. I would say this definitely for bass heads, for those people who like that low end, looking for a blonde type of sound. How does this compare though to some other blondes like TFZs? For me personally, I do still like the TFZ sound because it has a bit more maybe top end. And the top end is really important for me because of the guitar tracks, so I still kind of prefer that over this. Yeah, this having that metal build quality can be a bit of an advantage for some people. So yeah, if you like a new earphone and if you're looking for a TFZ you know, type of sound, this might be the thing for you. But yeah, that's my check with the C2. What other earphones do you like me to check out? Of course, let me know down in the comments below. So I'm trying this out, improving the lighting a little bit. So I'm kind of warming up, and I still do have some stuff to check as well. But let me know if there's some priority that I need to check recently. Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next zpolt video. Goodbye.